Oh, pie's as good as always, Minnie.
I'm glad you like it. I need to see you square on at all times.
I love these women, man. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Franklin and today we're watching The Help. Recommendations from The Help has come often on the channel, but most recently I watched Hidden Figures. I absolutely loved that movie. I loved what it represented. I love the themes. I love the recognition that those women got. If you haven't seen it, the reaction is on my channel. You can go check that out. And like I said, the recommendations for The Help came up a lot. Viola Davis is one of my favorite actors of all time. She's just, there's no other Viola Davis, so I'm really excited for this one. If you want to see more reactions like this where we have discussions, we go into depth about themes and the movie and stuff like that, I have over 60 plus reactions on my channel, as well as TV shows like The Wire, Interview with the Vampire, and many others, so you can go check that out. If you want to support the channel and watch some of these things full, go check it out on Patreon. Let's check out The Help. Thank you so much for watching. Let's see what this movie talking about. Title. Look at her.
I was born 1911, Chickasaw County, Piedmont Plantation. Yes, ma'am, I did.
And you knew that because?
My grandmama was a house slave.
Do you ever dream of being something else?
Of course.
What does it feel like to raise a white child when your own child's at home being looked after by somebody else?
Bill.
I done raised 17 kids in my life.
Wow.
Looking after white babies, that's what I do. I know how to get them babies asleep, stop crying, and go in the toilet bowl before their mamas even get out of bed in the morning.
You is smart.
Doing it with all the love.
You is smart.
That come to $182 every month. I do all the cooking, cleaning, washing, ironing.
Her accent for this is prime. Her accent is so spot on. I know I'm about to see a freaking acting exhibition here.
Ain't gonna be no beauty queen either.
Aibileen, Rick made.
Looks alright to me.
When you finish at 1.
Miss Leafall still don't pick baby girl up but once a day. Once babies start having their own babies.
The Birthing Blues, is that what is it called? Let me not try to butcher the name, but is it the like forgive my lack of proper word or knowledge, some kind of depression some mothers go into after childbirth? Is that what she calls the birthing blues? Let me know in the comments. She says she don't pick up her baby more than once a day.
Lord, was they having babies. Not Miss Skeeter. No man and no babies.
She didn't want any?
Hi, my name is Eugenia Phelan.
Is that Natalie Portman? Or am I wrong?
Damn door. Okay, Miss Phelan.
They did.
Old Miss Rebel Rouser editor. Double major. Woohoo. Junior league editor. Do you have any references?
Yes.
Is that essential for my job?
See, Miss Stein thought
Stein?
from Harper and Row Publishing in New York.
Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna be
Oh Lord. I recognize him. I don't know. Is he a comedian that my wife watches a lot? I recognize him. If I'm correct, he passed away recently.
until I gain some experience.
Christ. I guess you'll do. Do you clean?
Clean?
Clean. Grab that basket. I want you to read her past columns. Then read these letters, and you answer them just like she would. Nobody is... You know who Miss Bernie? Articles. Miss Phelan. Copy is due on Thursday. Shut that goddamn door.
They know. She got the job. So she's a writer. Is she the one writing Viola's story at the beginning?
And it must have come out of her like the 11th commandment. 'Cause once Miss Hilly had a baby, every girl at the bridge table had to have one too.
A baby to have a baby. So I guess you're a spree. Oh, I love her.
Coming down? I'm down. Walters. Oh, here, let me help you. Take that off. It's 98 degrees out there.
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay. Hold on, Mrs. Walters. Hold on.
She got the pie.
See, Minnie about the best cook in Mississippi. And Miss Hilly wanted to lost my own boy, Trelaw, 4 years ago.
Dang.
After my boy died, a bitter seed was planted inside of me.
Interesting.
I just didn't feel so accepting anymore.
It would do that to you, man. Any loss, family loss. I can't even, God, what it feels like to lose a child. You're a child.
No.
You drunk up 2 glasses of grape juice. I know you got the tate.
No.
I'll give
No.
you 2 cookies if you go. Where you going?
Potty training?
Get in your room right now. Set out the
Damn.
dessert forks. Put Mom in a chair before she breaks a hip.
Besties.
Hold on, those are Miss Hilly's.
She look like the winning horse at the Kentucky Derby. Forgive me, Lord, but I'm gonna have to kill that woman, Aibileen.
Why?
But I carry a paper in from my own damn house. That fool don't know.
Wow. Okay, now I see why they're best friends. They make it work. They survive.
I'm watching my story.
What kind of attitude is that?
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, or is that Marco Robbie? Not Natalie Portman. I think that's Marco Robbie. She seems fun. She seems like the one all of them like. Because when the other lady came and said hello, they all just looked at her normal, but everyone screamed when she came in. So maybe she's the star of the party.
We didn't ever think you'd leave Ole Miss.
Well, it does take 4 years, Jolene.
I've
School.
got a great summer plan for you.
What?
About supper club tonight. Honey, Stewart had to cancel.
Again?
Offshore.
Uh-oh.
Stewart is a figment of your imagination. Shh. Sorry.
Damn, Mom.
I got a job today.
Yes, she did.
The Jackson Journal.
They'd be a fool not to hire you. Last stop till marriage.
Elizabeth, can I talk to Aibileen so I get a knack for it?
Who's Aibileen?
My Aibileen?
I don't really know how to answer these letters.
Well, I mean, as long as it doesn't interfere with her work.
Are they talking about their help?
Leafort residence.
Hello, is Elizabeth in?
She having bridge club right now. May I take a message?
Back tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm looking for some help at my house. It's Celia Foot, Emerson 684.
Oh, I'm still working on it, Aibileen.
Hilarious.
Who's that on the phone?
Miss Celia Foot called again.
She can't take a hint, can she?
Oh, we don't.
Really, I wish you'd just go use the bathroom. I'm fine.
Oh, she's just upset because the is a guest bath, and so do we.
Aibileen?
Wow.
Lovely.
Yes, ma'am.
Wouldn't you rather them take their business outside?
Ugh.
Have y'all seen the cover of Life this week?
This movie is going to,
Maybe we should just build you a bathroom outside, Hilly.
I'll do whatever it takes to protect our children.
Oh, shut up. I like her. Why don't we just build you a bathroom outside? I know. Before anybody hop in the comments, I know the movie's a product of its time. Don't mean I can't talk about it and it wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think you'd be willing to help me with those Miss Myrna litters?
Miss Myrna get it wrong a lot of times. Be good to get it right.
I love that.
Thank you, Aibileen. All that talking there today. Hilly's talk. I'm sorry you had to hear that.
How kind of you.
That preacher great sermon reminds me so much of my maid, Constantine.
I knew Constantine. We were in church circle together.
Have you seen her lately? Did you know that she had quit us?
Where?
Did she
I got home from
pass?
school a week ago. My mama told me she had quit. Back in March, she went to live with her daughter, Rachel.
There you are, Skeeter.
Huh.
Hilly wants you to put her initiative in the League newsletter.
Hello, sir. I'm watching on Hulu and they have ads. And my boy came to say hello.
Hi, James.
How you, Miss Regina?
What actually happened to their maid? Because I feel like she maybe didn't go to Chicago. It's just a gut feeling I have.
Mama, I want to ask you about Constantine.
Right after old Miss won the sugar bowl. Come on, you try it on.
What really happened?
Skeeter, your mother is sick. She wants to see you in this dress. Unzip me. Come on. Just show a little gumption. Careful now.
She does not care about all
Oh,
that.
now look at this.
She don't like it.
Here, little there.
She don't like it.
I read the other day about how some girls get unbalanced. Start thinking these. Do you find men attractive?
Oh,
Are you
wow.
having unnatural thoughts about
Women?
women?
Oh, my God.
Because
I want to be with girls as much as you want to be with James.
you cheat!
You know, whenever I watch movies like this that have like viewpoints from the past like these that are very like conservative and stuff like that, the shocking part is how a lot of these thought processes and ideologies like still exist. And that scares the life out of me. A lot.
What the hell do you know about cleaning the house, Skeeter?
Well, it's a start, Carlton.
Now, y'all leave sister alone.
Hmm.
I'm proud of you, sweetheart.
Sorry, Miss Eugenia. I'll get you another one.
You know, last time I had an omen, I stopped liking men. Oh, my Lord. Oh, no, Rebecca, it's fine. There's a special root tea for that now. Daddy, what happened to Constantine?
Talk about it.
Constantine went to live in Chicago with her family.
I think that's bullshit.
I don't believe you.
Did they do something to her?
She would have written and told me.
Someone gonna say something?
Did you fire her?
We were just a job to her, honey. With them, it's all about money.
She raised me.
She did not.
She worked here for 29 years.
It was a colored thing, and I put it behind me.
I feel her feeling like bad though, because like that help probably essentially was her mother. I bet they had memories there.
What you doing hiding out here, girl?
I just couldn't tell Mama I didn't get asked to the dance.
Some things we just got to keep to ourselves. You quit feeling sorry for yourself. Now that's ugly. Now, you're not one to miss you.
No.
I didn't think so, huh? You're gonna have to make some decisions. Bad things them fools said about me today. As for your mama, she didn't pick her life. Didn't pick her. You're gonna do something big for Joe.
I love this so much because you know it makes sense why Constantine is her name. It makes sense why she means so much to her, because she probably bestowed so many good values in her that way more than her mother, if any. And obviously the opening scene showed us like the care as well that Viola Davis character was showing to that little girl. And when she even said her mom only like picks her up like once a day. So imagine for 20 something years, 25 years, this is the woman who take care of you, talk to you, share with you like beautiful wisdom like this, is there with you through your like hardest times, you know? It wouldn't be a stretch to say she even views this woman as like more of a mother than her mother, you know? That's for her to answer, but I just think it's beautiful that they showed us this flashback. Yeah, and to send a woman like this away without even a goodbye to her, freaking cruel.
I'd like to write something from the point of view of the help. These colored women raise white children, and in 20 years, those children become the boss. We love them, and they love us. Margaret Mitchell glorified the mammy figure. Whole life to a white family.
She don't even care about hearing that.
Who is that?
My mother.
Look, no maid in her right mind is ever going to tell you the truth. That's a hell of a risk to take in a place like Jackson, Mississippi.
I already have a maid.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The maid has already agreed to speak with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Because she treated her like a human being.
I guess I can read what you come up with. The book biz could use a little rattling.
Thank you, Miss Stein.
Excitement.
When I'm chopping onions, how do I keep...
Tell her hold a matchstick between her teeth.
Is it lit?
No, ma'am.
Build it just like the bathroom at my house. Right there.
They're making their outdoor bathroom.
I want to interview you about what it's like to work as a maid. I'd like to do a book of interviews about working for white families.
You know what Miss Leafold would do to me if she knew I was telling stories on her?
For real.
The other maids would have to keep it a secret, too.
Anonymous?
Well, I was hoping to get 4 or 5. Show what it's really like in Jackson.
Quite ambitious.
And she also said it'll add value to our home.
Maid Mobley go to college in that damn bathroom.
Who is covering the cost and said you could just do William's taxes to pay her back.
We don't take orders from the Holbrooks. Skeeter, how you doing?
Fine.
Fix me a sandwich, Aibileen.
Aibileen, May Mobley's crying her eyes out.
What do you want her to Go grab your baby, young lady.
I'm sorry, but I think it's best if you leave now.
Oh, sure.
And this Miss Myrna thing isn't going to work out with Aibileen. I'm sorry.
You're not.
Miss Hilly.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
You go on ahead and use the inside bath, Minnie. It's all right.
Oh, for crying out loud, it's just a little rain.
God.
Get an umbrella from William's study.
I believe she was working for me before you dragged us both here.
I'm just gonna get your tea.
God, let the woman f***ing pee, man. I don't always enjoy watching, how do I say this in the way where I want to be misunderstood or misconstrued. I don't always enjoy watching some timepieces, especially like very true, like vivid depiction of racism and yeah, just blatant like racism and how things used to be, just because it's like it's traumatic watching it, knowing that even in 2024 and how I live my life in my blackness, all those things, few of them like still persist, like the slight like microaggressions or like racism, either blatant or subtle, still exist in a lot of ways and I experience in my everyday life. But to think back to a time like this where like there was no need for it to be subtle, it was like full on, you couldn't do anything about it, even by law, segregation and all that. So watching stuff like this just it's like, let the woman pee. You're going to investigate her. And she was the one who was like marking the toilet paper at the beginning, right? I didn't even realize what she was doing back then, but she was making sure her facilities weren't used by the maids. She just gonna bust the door down and...
Minnie? Minnie, are you in there?
Yes, ma'am.
And just what are you doing?
Get off my toilet! You are fired, Minnie Jackson!
She flushed it and made sure she slammed the seat closed. There's only so much you can take.
18 people died in Jackson that day. 10 white and 8 black. God don't pay no mind of color once he decide to set a tornado loose.
That baby's back for Mama. Hey, baby.
It's so nice to have your own Aibileen.
Yes, ma'am.
Look how hot it is.
You're my real Mama.
You're my real mama, AB.
Is that Minnie? Minnie?
She don't want them to know she's not working.
Hey, Minnie.
Where you headed?
I got some business to tend to, so y'all just mind your own.
I love her so much.
Bye.
Aibileen!
Yes, ma'am. Everything okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to you. We never finished our conversation at Elizabeth about that book I want to write.
The book about the help experiences.
I'd really like to interview you. I know it's scary.
They set my cousin Chanel's car on fire just because she went down to the boating station.
A book like this has never been written before.
Because there's a reason.
Right.
I do this with you, I might as well burn my own house down.
Be careful.
This already ain't careful, Miss Skeeter.
Because I was thinking, it's like, I love that. I don't want to call her Skeeter because I don't know if that's a bad nickname, but I love that she's so kind and she wants to help. But at times it's like, I don't think she fully comprehend how dangerous this might be. Yes, I believe the story is going to go on and like tell how important or like how good a book like that would be, just to humanize these women and also just let their stories be heard. But that example she brought up is very legit. Like, they burned her car just because that other lady went to a voting station, and she's coming with good intentions, but that can be putting her life at like a great risk, her house, all that. So it's like the good intentions are very commendable, but there's still like a lack of full understanding of like what could be on the line. So I'm glad that aibileen is like voicing it out to her, like off rip.
And my car's here. I could just take you home.
No, ma'am.
I love that she's being kind, but your kind gestures to her, other people looking, is dangerous.
Person shall require any white female to nurse in wards or rooms in which men are placed. Any person printing, publishing, or circulating written matter urging for public acceptance of social equality between whites and is subject to imprisonment.
Aibileen, I done went and did it now.
Uh-oh.
I went to Miss Hilly's house this afternoon.
Why, Minnie?
She done told every white woman in town I'm a thief.
What you did?
I can't tell you. I ain't telling nobody. Terrible, awful to that woman, and now she know what I done.
Minnie.
She got what she deserved, Aibileen.
What did you do, Winnie?
And I ain't gonna never get no job again. Leroy?
That better be...
What you done did now, Minnie?
Minnie!
Oh, God. Fuck. Is that gonna be the catalyst for her accepting the offer?
Quick, come quick.
Way up on State Street. I've got a cab here, like you asked.
Got dropped 2 streets over.
All the precautions they're taking for this is crazy. But very necessary, of course.
I know now that it's against the law, what we're doing.
Yeah. Gotta be done.
You look really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's a person out of work, yeah. Outside of work, I mean.
I ain't never had no white person in my house before. What if you don't like what I got to say
You feel me?
about white people?
It didn't matter how I feel.
Love.
Minnie got her some stories sure enough, but she ain't real keen on talking to white people right now.
Mm-hmm.
What does it feel like to raise a white child when your own child's at home being looked after by somebody else?
Back to the beginning.
It feel...
That's her son she lost.
Is that your son?
Can we move on to the next question?
Too heavy for
You
her.
don't have to call me ma'am. Not here. Do you want to talk about the bathroom? About Miss Leafold?
Because here's what I'm feeling, right? In this moment, it's like, so far I've just been thinking about how maybe what the writer is asking for, she might not be ready to hear all those things, even though I appreciate her not centering herself in this situation and being like, it's not about me, it's about you and your story and what you're feeling. I appreciate that so much. I was only thinking from that angle, but I just start realizing after that last scene that even aibileen telling these stories might be hella traumatic and triggering for her. And not easy, because the way she just quickly skipped the question about raising someone else's baby while yours is being raised by someone else at home, the way she skipped that real quick, I was like, oh. And now she wants to ask about the bathroom and all this. I'm like, oh, even for her being the one telling, she's done here going into like freaking dark parts of her memory to like bring out all those like tales, because obviously what will end up being in this book is like some of the, you know, darkest things she might have experienced by being like a maid, you know. And I hope there's some good parts in there too, because I mean the way that baby hugged her and said, "You're my real mommy, AB," like that has to mean like so much apart from the other, you know, darker things. But and even going back further, didn't black maids or like maids that were slave even go as far as like breastfeed the babies as well, not just look after them, but actually feed them from their own bodies?
I thought I might write my stories down and read them to you. They're no different than writing down my prayers. My first white baby to ever look after was named Alton Carrington Spears, and I just turned 14. I dropped out of school to help Mama with the bill. Alton's mama died of lung disease.
14.
I loved that baby. And he loved me. That's when I learned I could make children feel proud of themselves. And one time I told him this because I drank too much coffee. You should have seen his face.
I love this so much because it's kind of like what I was saying earlier about like some of those stories have to be that of joy. Yeah, because black joy does exist and everything that comes with it. So I love that not all the stories were hideous, even though probably most of them were, but like I'm sure the interactions with the baby or with the kids, again, the young lady that hugged her and says, "You're my real mommy and I love you," it's like goes back to that conversation of like babies are not born with hate, you know. Every child is a blank canvas depending on their surrounding and their parents and what they're fed with. Like that's what they grew up to be, or like how they view the world. Even the writer, we can tell she's this kind and she's this way she is because of the woman that raised her for 20-something years. Constantine was her name. So I love this little story about the coffee and the kid. This is the first time we've seen a smile on Aibeleen's face this whole movie. Genuine laugh.
This was just so great.
My twin boys graduated from high school, both on the honor roll. Well, me and my husband, we've been saving for years to send them to Tougaloo. We short about $75 on one of the tuitions.
Woo! I am late. I gotta get going.
Of course, leave that for your wife to handle. Just dismiss her.
As a Christian, I'm doing you a favor.
Oh, brother.
See, God don't give charity to those who are well and able.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not just the disrespect. It's the belittling.
White folks like to do their own spanking. Last thing, look at me. No sass napping.
She's already training her baby to...
Leroy had made Sugar quit school to help him with the bills. And every day Minnie went without a job. Might have been the day Leroy took her from my world.
Oh God.
No sass mouth, Benny Jackson.
No sass mouth. No sass mouth.
You, cooking something?
One of those upside down cakes from the magazine. It ain't working out too good.
Okay, she's...
This here's the kitchen.
Girl, what were you making?
Hell?
Guess I got some learning to do.
Hey, I am so happy because I know at least say what you want about this lady, something foot. I get a feeling just from 2 seconds on screen with her that like she's not gonna treat Lily as worse as bad as her former employee. She even grabbed her hand, come get a Coca-Cola. Let's go.
When y'all gonna start having some cheering? Filling up all these empty beds.
Oh,
I'm pregnant now.
she is?
Gonna be eating for two. That's double the cooking.
I know. It's an awful lot to do.
When you hear me say I don't want to clean this house?
So you'll do it?
Hell yeah.
Oh, no hugging, no hugging.
First time I've hired a maid.
We got to talk about some things first.
Yep.
I work Sunday through Friday.
Get all on the weekends.
Okay. Well, what time you want me here?
After 9, and you gotta leave before 4.
Shit.
Okay. Now,
Now I'm worried about her husband. Why don't the husband want to... I wanted to ask, why don't the husband want to hire a maid? But then my brain put 2 and 2 together, like the land they're on or the reasons. And I'm like, let's see.
Sorry I'm late. Hey.
Yes?
Haley, I really am sorry about the newsletter. It's just with Mama being sick and all.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, thank you, Henry. You remembered.
You're welcome.
Oh, Haley, tell her I can hardly stand it.
Tell her what?
He's coming. Damn it, Skeeter. I'm not gonna let you miss out on this just because your mother convinced you you're not good enough for somebody like him.
Damn. Thanks, Mom. I hope he don't turn out to be an a-hole, because she ain't gonna stand for that. Uh-oh. What'd you find? Oh. Is that gonna cause trouble?
I reckon I'm ready to talk about Miss Leafall now. About 10 hours, she got to sleep in her mess.
She would get a rash.
Now Miss Leafall pregnant with her second baby. It'll only grow if her mama don't think their child is pretty. Miss Leafall should not be having babies.
Exactly.
Write that down.
Write that down. Stat.
I believe. They done set a bomb off of Megan Evers' carport.
Secrets out.
When they told me what y'all was up to, I didn't want to believe it. And just what makes you think colored people need your help? Why you care, Minnie? Maybe you just want to get Aibileen in trouble.
No. I want to show her perspective so people might understand what it's like from your side.
Well, it's a real 4th of July picnic. It's what we dream of doing all weekend long.
Maybe things can change.
What law's gonna say you got to be nice to your maid? You don't have to do this now, Minnie. You damn right I don't.
And hey, man, I understand her 100%. When you have experienced that your whole life, yeah, you're gonna be skeptical when you see one out of the hundreds you've encountered actually caring. I don't say that to say everyone back then that was white was a devil, but it was essentially law that we were viewed that way. So people followed the law, I guess, like segregated and all that, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be skeptical than a mother if I see one person being very kind or trying to like help and stuff like that. And there's a conversation to be had about the concept of white savior. I'm not saying she is, because the movie has done a great job showing us her motivations and like how she came to have like the good sweetheart she has, and her as an individual being a kind soul who wants to make a difference in the life of these oppressed groups that she's seen. But unfortunately, I feel like some elements of like a white savior kind of trickled down into it a little bit. Not saying that that's her fault. It's just some of the elements coincides. It's like it's a very nuanced topic and subject, but like part of the whole white savior ethos is like having that genuine, sometimes, most times not genuine, but like even when you have that genuine need to help, there are just some circumstances around that demographic that you can't fully comprehend, and that might make you overstep, that might make you not center the person, that might make you value your own need to help rather than their own need to be centered and viewed and seen. I don't know if that all made sense. Kind of like that conversation earlier of like her not fully knowing the some of the consequences that might come from doing what they're doing. But I love that the movie showed us how she went into the libraries and like educated herself and like read on the books and read on the laws and stuff. That's why the next time they met, she's like, I know what we're doing is illegal and all that. So I just felt like that's a conversation I should kind of like bring in here somewhere. So that I do understand her skepticism 100%. 100%. If that has been your whole life, and what she just said too was heartbreaking. Like, we take care of these babies when they're young and they love us, but then they grow up and be just like their mothers. So not every case is like her, the writer, where she didn't grow up to be like her mother. She grew up to be like kind and understanding, and because it's in the law to treat black people like second degree citizens doesn't mean that you should. But yeah, ramble over. Let's get back to it.
That's a good move.
That's a good mood.
All right, I'm gonna do it. But I need to make sure she understands this ain't no game we playing here. I need to see you square on at all times.
I love these women, man.
I got to come up with your questions too? Oh. Let's begin. Then I get on the pork chops so I can get started.
Oh, now she's having fun with it. Because I bet it feels good to like just converse. You know, talking through your issues like is always a good thing for your mentals. But I can imagine that even talking through your problems with someone you're not used to talking your problems with can even feel a sense of I don't even know the right adjective. Might feel good. And if you're new to my channel, we chat a lot and talk about themes and stuff. I should have probably said that at the beginning of the video, but
Then she say, oh, Minnie, I'm gonna give you a paid vacation. I ain't never had no paid vacation in my life. A week later, I come back, and they done moved the mobile. And the lazy finger scared I found a new job before she moved.
Get down here. Something just arrived from New York for you.
oh,
I'm a good mother. Come on, sit down.
what is that?
You're gonna look beautiful on your date tonight.
I can feel the hope in your fingers.
That's good.
I love you.
Her mom is trying her best. I mean, even to this day, the pressure that is put on women to be married at a certain age and like have children and white picket fences and all that, like expectations with like heavy gender roles, and like obviously she's not like other girls, and I'm sure there are many other girls that are just like her, who don't think their whole existence should be dependent on how many children they have or if they're married at a certain age. But I think a lot of those girls were unfortunately like beat into shape. Hey buddy. Like beat into shape to, you know, fit in. This girl would rather like take the work truck than to get a ride from her quote unquote suitor.
She'll be here any minute.
Hey.
Skeeter!
Okay, let's see what he's about. What a gentleman.
You work?
All right.
You mean housekeeping. Jesus, I can't think of anything worse than reading a cleaning column.
Well, I can. Working with a bunch of greasy, stinky men in the middle of the ocean.
What can you cook?
I can cook corn pone. I can do grits.
She laughed.
I reckon if there's anything you ought to know about cooking, it's this. Crisco. Butter and chicken just tend to make you feel better about life. Shake that. All right. Chicken already dead, Miss Celia.
Don't kill it again. I love that they're having fun, but I'm not anticipating when her husbands come back and find her in the house.
There you are.
Oh, she wants to eat with you.
I'm fine right here, Minnie.
Now, I ain't messing around no more. Now, Mr. Johnny gonna catch me here and shoot me dead right here on this no-wax floor.
Exactly.
We ought to burn the chicken a little.
Minnie don't burn chicken.
How many stories have you recorded thus far? The ones you've read?
You want more?
I'm real close to getting more interviews. How many more?
I don't know, at least a dozen.
A dozen? Oh, wow. Okay. Now I see her motivations. Let's write it fast because before this whole civil rights thing blows over. It's business for her. It's work for her. I should have seen that coming too. Well, I knew she didn't care as much as the writer did care about, or they didn't share the same motivations, but her blatantly saying it that whites and blacks haven't worked this much together, and yeah, she's just trying to capitalize off the trend. No surprise there.
Y'all too scared. Think we crazy.
I got plenty of stories, miss. Y'all already making up names, just make up the maze, too.
We're not gonna. That would be wrong.
They killed my son.
Wow. I thought he just
He fell
died.
carrying 2x4s at the mill. A white foreman threw his body on back of a truck. Drove to the colored hospital.
Jesus.
Laid him down on that sofa right there. He's just 24 years old, Miss Skeeter. Best part of a person's life. You stop this. Everything I wrote, he wrote. Everything he was gonna die with him.
Now she knows what's at stake.
Aibileen, are you enjoying your new bathroom over at Elizabeth's? Nice type your own. Isn't it, Aibileen?
Just want to provoke her.
That's what Ross Barnett says, and you can't argue with the governor.
Girl, shut up.
Birthplace of modern day government. Can I get you something? Oh, no, thanks. May, I wanted to talk to you about something.
She already knows.
I already know what you're gonna ask, Mosquito. It's worthwhile what y'all doing, but my boys are worth more.
I respect that.
What do you understand, Skeeter?
None of your business.
Did you also ask Miss Skeeter if you could borrow money?
Of course not.
Reading this stuff? Believe it or not, there are real racists in this town. Person caught you with anything like that, oh, you'd be in serious trouble. Put my initiative in the newsletter.
Or what? She's gonna do something else, huh? Or she about to get active.
It's a particularly tall and very It's a man named Stewart here for you.
Is that the dude from the restaurant?
He's a drunken asshole. Love and hate are two horns on the same goat, Eugenia. And you need a goat.
Look, I know it was a few weeks back, but I came to say I'm sorry for the way I act.
Who sent you, William or Hilly?
Neither, Hilly, but I wanted to come, okay? I was engaged last year. She ended it.
I'm sure she did.
And I'm not always a jerk. Would you like to come out to dinner with me?
I'm not buying this shit.
Just give me a minute.
I'm still not buying it.
I'm not a big fan of oysters, huh?
What does that taste
You're
like?
disgusting.
Yeah, you've already made that pretty clear. Boys caught me reading your Miss Myrna column on the rig the other day.
Really?
I had no idea that ground eggshells got grease out of clothes.
Well, I did my homework.
You're a good writer, Skeeter.
Compliments.
I hope you get to write something really good.
Where was all this in the beginning? Is my question. Shouldn't you put your best foot forward when you're meeting a potential love interest? I'm still skeptical, but it's her decision.
It's Skeeter. She put it in the newsletter. Oh my God. I specifically said, drop old coats at my house, not commodes. I don't know.
Oh.
You get off of that toilet. You will catch diseases. Do you hear me? You will catch diseases.
You is small.
Affirmations.
You is important.
Affirmations. Yeah, that's your job. What the hell?
Colored people off.
What happened?
I don't know. Some shot.
I'm just...
You want me to walk?
No, thank you. I'll be all right.
I hope nothing happens to him.
Vacant lot about 40 yards away. A sniper fired a single shot from a high-powered rifle at Everett Silhouette.
I'm all right. You all sit down. You all right?
Mm-mm.
He died within an hour at a Jackson hospital. The fatal shot was fired from the
KKK shot him
KKK shot him.
an hour ago. We living in hell.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids trapped.
Till this day.
Until they catch us with mosquitoes.
For real.
We're gonna be careful. We just telling stories like they really happened.
They're gonna find a way. Is that a husband?
Miss Celia,
Oh God. That's a husband, isn't it?
you messed up your hair coloring again. I helped you fix it last time.
Won't you go home?
Oh God. Did she attempt?
Why is there so much blood?
We gonna catch Miss Celia.
What happened?
I got married because I was pregnant. Then I lost it a month later.
Oh.
Johnny wants kids now.
Did she have a miscarriage?
Johnny just gonna have to get over it.
You May Davis,
What you want me to do?
you're under arrest.
Oh God.
It took them all of 10 minutes to find out where she worked. I am desperate for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Best head on over to Miss Aibeleen's house. Now.
Yep. Everybody's ready to talk after that. And you know, this is why, like I was alluding earlier, this is why I was saying earlier how sometimes watching movies like this that have like real world history, I try to stay away from, because like the movies are important, the stories are important. Like watching Hidden Figures, I learned so much, and about culture, and now about like people getting their recognition and the plight and stuff like that. But like I'm saying, it's just difficult to watch, and I try not to, just because what just happened to her when she was like drugged by the cops and like beaten up with a baton is like, that's like every other week. every other month. It's either a shooting, or cops went to the wrong house, or they pulled someone over, and it's like these motherfuckers feel like they have unlimited power. And yet, like, do you know how many times I drive out of my house and I drive by a cop car or something, and you know, there's that anxiety there that, like, if you haven't been in that situation, you don't just understand. We're like, sometimes that dark ass thought come like, this person can literally pull me over, shoot me, body cam footage or not, and like nothing will happen. Like my name would just become another on the very long list of names. So I just say all that to say, like, watching this is like, that's why I mentioned earlier that it's just like rough to watch stuff like things like this, because they depict such a very painful reality that still exists. I think after George Floyd happened, that was the last time I ever watched any video of police brutality, or like a video of something like that happening to us or like anybody, because that shit was triggering to watch. Someone who look like you, someone who feels like you, someone who, that could have been any of us. So like watching that, since that day till today, anytime I see on the news that content warning, what we're about to show is just a content warning, it might be difficult to watch, like I skip every time. In the news, everywhere, just because seeing that shit is very triggering. And like watching historical like movies like this, or movies that depict history the way it was, probably even lesser, honestly, is always so like triggering and like jarring for me. And I'm sure for a lot of us watching this as well. I don't think anybody was smiling watching that scene or anything, but the moment she picked up that ring, I knew she stole that ring. Yes, she was in very desperate need of it, because wanting to send her kids off to college. But the moment she took that ring, I'm like, oof. I'm like, this movie's too good. Like, it wouldn't put something there if there wouldn't be a unfortunate payoff to it later. And when the cops were beating her and arresting her, that lady was just there with her son, just like watching with a cold stare.
I'm gonna help with your stories.
I'm on help too. Cut through that farmer's lower 40 to get there. One day, this farmer was waiting for me with a gun. Said he'd shoot me dead if I walked on this land again. I worked for Miss Jolene's mother till the day she died. Then her daughter, Miss Nancy. But Miss Jolene's mom done put it in her will. I got to work for Miss Jolene. Miss Jolene's a mean woman. Mean for sport.
For sport.
December 17th. So if you want a prayer this getting read, I better have it by then. You do not want it in the pile.
It's all business for her. I'm sure they're not gonna welcome her.
So good.
Of course they're not.
Aibileen? Feel your foot. I brought a chocolate pie. My maid, Minnie, made it.
It's okay, girl. Go home. Go where you're welcomed, not where you're tolerated.
Don't be taking those women any more pies.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
They ain't worth your time.
That looks bad. Let me take a look.
I got to get these peas on.
I know you didn't fall in no tub, Minnie.
Oh, her husband.
You know what I'd do if I were you? I'd give it right back to him.
She can't.
What if people find out what we write and figure out Niceville Willie Jackson, figure out who? I told God I'd never speak of it again. I need to tell y'all about the terrible, awful lie done to Miss Hilly.
That smile is evil. Someone once told me that there's two people you shouldn't mess with. People who make your food and people who know where you keep your toothbrush. I think she messed up on both ends.
What do you put in here that makes it taste so good?
That good vanilla from Mexico. And something else real special.
No.
Eat my shit.
What'd you say?
I said, eat my shit. Because you just did. Did
Mom is laughing.
Ain't no telling, aibileen. Miss Hilly threw her in that nursing home just for laughing. Don't you see? She gonna go to her grave convincing folks this book ain't by Jackson. Now that keeps her safe.
Oh, because she's not gonna admit that she ate shit. Brilliant. Yeah, deep down she gonna know that like it's about them, but she would use every ounce of her power to try assure everybody that it's not their town, because she wouldn't want to be the shit eater. Sweet payback.
Thank you, Tommy. I should be out by 10. See you then.
This is Jolene French reporting from the African Children's Benefit Ball. And I'm just so excited for the
African Children Benefit Ball? What, to make yourself feel better? Bitch, please. Oh.
for all the men and women who have helped make tonight possible.
Congratulations, Celia. I didn't know you were a fan of Minnie's pies. Because you think me and Johnny went behind your back. No way. I'm so sorry.
Is there gonna be a fight?
What are you trying to do to me? What are you and that up to?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You liar. Who did you tell?
Oh, shit. Shut up, Mother. Johnny, never. At least not with me.
Never cheat on me.
I'm so sorry. I thought you'd be tickled you won that pie.
See ya.
Oh.
She's gonna go grab that mic.
What a mess. Napkins.
A mess.
Oh, just come on home with us tonight, Mother.
No, thanks. I got a pie to eat. That my own daughter threw me into a nursing home, and that she ate many shit.
And she can enjoy the pie because she knows Minnie would never do that to her.
I don't need a dining room table for 12 people.
Mm.
I couldn't get 2 people over here if I begged.
You can't move back to Sugar Ditch. I reckon it's time you knew.
She's almost like her mom at this point. You know what I'm saying?
It's my fault she pounced on you. And Miss Hilly done won the whole ball game.
Thank you for telling me that.
Lord, look at all these pages. 266. Mm.
Before I put it in the mail, but other than that, we're done.
Hers?
Which one you got left?
Her story.
Mine.
It's just beautiful. Look at that. She's gotten so old and slow, Skeeter.
Oh, she spilled?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
Hello, Miss Charlotte.
Rachel, we were expecting you next week.
I decided to come early and surprise Mama.
Why don't you go around back, wait in the kitchen?
Oh, that's her mother.
Go on now.
Going to the kitchen. But I'm gonna see my mama first.
All right.
Get out of this house, Rachel.
You heard her. Go on, girl. Miss Charlotte, let me take her to the kitchen. Come on, baby. Let's go.
Both of you. Leave.
So you did this to them just to save face. After all those years. That's how she left? That's the last time?
Come on now. Constantine didn't do anything wrong.
At all.
You love Rachel. I know you do.
She was our president. What was I supposed to do? Too much. You always have.
I needed someone to look up to.
Mm-hmm. Tell her.
I went to her house the next day, but she had already gone.
With her dignity. She didn't get to say goodbye to her.
We sent your brother up to Chicago to bring Constantine home.
She passed.
She died.
And you didn't tell her that? You just lost your daughter.
You broke her heart. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's not enough. Yeah, I won't be surprised if that woman died of heartbreak. She would come to her house too and get her hair done. Wow, the book got published.
They printed a few thousand copies with the worst advance Miss Stein had ever seen.
Hey, what you doing with Alicia book? You can't read.
They sent Miss Skeeter $600. She broke that money up and gave it to each of us.
Aww.
Divided 13 ways, that came to about $46 each.
Y'all finish your homework.
Oh, you finally burned the chicken. Oh, God.
I did come back. I came back with a pie. I had faith to say I'm sorry. I watched her eat.
Now she knows it's about them.
Well, it's a wonderful book, Hilly, filled with gripping testimonials from quite scandalous.
What book?
Her mom is such an instigator, man. It's quite scandalous. Oh, this woman.
Why would you do this to us?
To us?
I don't even know why you care. What? Things are fine around here.
Bitch, shut up. Their whole life and existence have been trouble. Stir up trouble. Man. Oh, God. Now that you're hearing their point of view, now you're feeling oppressed all of a sudden. You're feeling like there's trouble. Now that it's in your face and you have to deal with their point of view, it's now a mess. Hello?
You're a selfish woman, Skeeter. I think you're better off being alone.
Yeah, without you, yes. You'll be fine, baby girl. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, baby girl. You're far better off alone than with him. Far better. Mm-hmm. Better pick up that book. Even mom is reading it.
My shit.
What's the matter, baby?
Whoa. Such a sore loser. What the hell is right?
What are you doing here? I've contacted my lawyer, Hibbie Goodman. He's the best libel attorney in the state. Oh, Missy, you're going to jail.
You can't prove anything.
Oh, I 100% know you wrote it because nobody else in town is as tacky as you.
That's chapter 12. Don't give yourself away now.
That was not me! I've got to tell your mom. Oh, Mrs. Phelan.
Really, you're a sweaty mess. Are you ill?
No, ma'am.
Darling. Oh, no husband wants to come home and see that. You know, Hilly, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you've been eating too much pie.
Raggedy ass off my porch.
Get your raggedy ass off my porch is right. Mama is getting her redemption arc. Let's go.
Now, my health's been on the uptick these last few weeks. And I know the doctor says it's some kind of last strength nonsense, but I have I tried calling Fannie Mae's to make all your hair appointments for the next 20 years, but they wouldn't allow it. I have never been more proud of.
Those are healing words right there. Good job, Mom. And there's something about this. I always love when children grow up and just through life experiences and with their parents and like learning and stuff, they get to mend relationships with their parents in their old age, like fix or talk about like trauma they've been through and stuff like that. There's something very healing and very refreshing about growing up and being old enough to understand each other, like as adults, but as people who have learned from their lessons and their mistakes, and just having conversations and bonding moments like these. So good. I've had similar, and if you ever have a chance to like connect with your folks like this, do it. I'm so proud of both of them.
Minnie! Minnie, hey, stop! Minnie! Hey, I'm not here to hurt you. Girl.
Stay back.
You gonna put the stick down? Celia finally told me about the babies.
Oh, she did.
I also know that the minute you started working here, she started getting better. So you saved her life.
Here the whole time?
Fried chicken and okra on the first night. I mean, y'all could have at least put some corn pone on the table.
He was like, y'all could have eased into it, man. Fried chicken and okra on the first night is wild. Of course, he knew right away. Oh, shit.
What's this?
I cooked it all by myself.
She did. She was up all night.
Wanted to do something special. Wanted to say thank you.
I ain't losing my job.
You got a job here for the rest of your life. If you want it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard to treat someone. It's not that hard to treat someone with kindness, man. It's not that hard. Like simple human decency.
It's an important time in our community, and we have to thank you for what you have done.
Acknowledgement.
No, you couldn't put your name in here, so we all signed our own. Come on now. Come on.
This was, yeah. Come on, go join her.
I don't mean to rub salt in your wound, but you ain't got a good life here in Jackson. Plus, your mama's getting better.
You ain't got nothing left here but enemies in the junior league. You done burned every bridge there is.
You ain't never gonna get another man in this town. Everybody know that. Go find your life, Miss Skeeter.
And as a person of color and as a black person, if I have a message for any allies, it's just this idea that you don't have to feel like the world is yours to change. For black people, for people of color in BIPOC communities, do the little you can in your power, even if it's as little as educating yourself on matters, and move ahead. Like, there's not a severe heavy pressure on you that you have to be. I have this saying that I always tell my friends when they're going too much through some like pressure. I always tell them, you ain't Jesus. And as essentially what I mean when I tell them that is like, you don't have to figure out everything right now. You don't have to solve everything right now. Like, growth takes time. Do what you can, do what's in your capacity, and just move on. Like, Skeeter did an amazing thing here, but you know, there's still that pressure of like, I want to do more because like I have caused you guys mess here. Like, I want to take care of y'all, but it's like you've done your part. Think of it as a relay race, like with progress. So don't feel immense pressure to change the situation, because there's things that are just above our abilities and power as a single person. So I like what she said. It's like there's so much here that like you can fix, and obviously that's not a shutdown to her offering to help. It's just the reality. Like, you've done your thing here, go somewhere else and keep shining your lights. Like, keep doing the good you're doing. So like I love that.
Aibileen, can you come in here, please?
The hell? Man, I'm done messing with Hulu, man. These ads popping out of nowhere.
The silver I lent Elizabeth last week.
Humidity had been fighting me on polishing day.
When you returned it, 3 pieces were missing from the felt wrapper.
Oh, please.
Let me go check in the kitchen. Maybe I left some behind.
You know as well as I do, that silver's not in the kitchen.
What the hell do you mean?
I ain't got no silver.
She says she doesn't have them. And I'll be calling the police.
Oh, shut up.
I'll go get the cough syrup.
Come here, little man.
I'm okay.
I ain't steal no silver.
You know she didn't steal it.
Send you to jail for what you wrote.
But what you and May says there's a lot of time to write letters in jail. Plenty of time to write the truth about you.
Mm-hmm.
Free.
Nobody would believe what you wrote.
I don't know. I've been told I'm a pretty good writer. Already sold a lot of books.
Bars. Yeah.
Call the police, Elizabeth. All you do is scam and lie to try to get what you want.
Aibileen, stop.
You're a godless woman.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't you tired, Miss Haley?
Ain't you tired?
Ain't you tired?
Girl, go crawl up and die, man.
Aibileen,
F out of here.
I got to, baby. I am so sorry.
Are you going to take care of another little girl?
No, that's not the reason.
Mm.
It's time for me to retire. You're my last little girl.
No!
Mm.
Don't go, baby.
I got to, baby. You give my sweet girl a chance.
Give her a chance.
No one had ever asked me what it felt like to be me.
Mm.
And I got to thinking about all the people I know. My boy Treelaw always said we're gonna have a writer in the family one day.
It was you.
I guess it's gonna be me.
Mm-hmm. This movie, amazing. The story being told that I have gushed over throughout the movie. Amazing story of like resilience, amazing story of redemption, amazing story of fighting through the odds, wanting to make a difference, camaraderie, sorry, allyship, blackness, intersectionality, because you know they weren't just black, but they were black and women. That's beautiful. I felt like I said everything during the reaction. It was very interesting to see how different people treated their helps, different people treated their maids. It was very, very interesting to see the ones that took joy out of it, the ones who did it for sport, the ones who did it because it was just the norm. That's what you did back then. But also it was good to see people who are like genuinely kind and like genuinely like allies and wanting to make a difference, however small, in the moment. This was a beautiful one. I would love to hear all your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this, feel free to go to my channel and watch a lot more reactions. Thank you. Peace.